Hi, everyone, and thanks for joining us today. I'm John Reed, Relief Scout co-founder, and today we'll be talking about the roadmap to buying your ideal CBD. We have a couple of topics today on the agenda. We'll be finding the right CBD product, so I'll walk you through effects and methods of CBD. Those are two of our most frequently asked questions in terms of finding the right CBD. I'll talk about reading product labels, what to look for in certificates of analysis, and I'll actually explain what those COAs are. And then we'll talk about measuring dosage to get just the right amount of CBD and also potentially save yourself some money. So let's get started. When it comes to buying the right CBD, it really starts with what effect are you looking for? So I have 4 different types of effects listed here, and you'll also see these listed in the Relief Scout store, where we're talking about relaxing, sedating, soothing, and uplifting CBD products. And let's talk about what the differences are. So relaxing CBD is when you want to loosen up and feel more at ease. So this is really great for anxiety because we see a lot of folks taking relaxing type CBD during the day. It's not going to be sedative, which is the next category of product, where that's to feel calm and rest at night. So CBD, just to be clear, creates homeostasis. So it's not going to make you knock you out, not going to make you feel intoxicated the way that Tylenol PM or NyQuil will. But what it's going to do is actually form through terpenes a shape of the effects that you'll receive. So there are certain terpenes, underlying chemistry in the CBD product that's going to work in a particular direction. And a sedating product just has more relaxing effects compared to just a relaxing product, which probably does a multitude of things, but it's just going to focus on those relaxing effects. So a good way to look at this is you can take a sedating type CBD and still be okay if, God forbid, you have an emergency in the middle of the night, need to drive somewhere. Let's say you need to operate heavy machinery, right? But what you need to do is think about it in a way that it's just going to create balance in this certain direction. If you're looking to sleep, it's going to help you sleep without that normal intoxicating feel you would get from a Tylenol PM or NyQuil, as I described before. Soothing effects of CBD, now we're looking at underlying chemistry that talks about diminishing aches, recovering from workouts. This is great day or night. We typically see people taking this during the day, especially athletic folks who want to take this after a workout. For soothing pain, CBD is really great with 2 things in particular, and that's anxiety and inflammation. So as you can imagine, relaxing and sedating is really good with anxiety. Soothing and uplifting, much better with inflammation. And uplifting, we'll get into in just a second here. That's really good for increasing focus. This is going to help during the day to help you stay balanced with both your mind and body. This is a rare type of CBD, but we do see this, and we do have a few offerings in our store. But most folks are taking CBD, and I'll share that data right here, when it comes to anxiety and insomnia in particular. Now, some folks are taking CBD for multiple reasons. That's why you see these numbers. So about 50% of folks are taking it for anxiety. 50% report they're taking it for insomnia, which makes sense. Insomnia is usually set off by anxiety when things start to get calm at night and your mind doesn't stop racing. But when we're talking about specific symptoms and conditions, arthritis really pops up as a call out in terms of chronic pain. But if we stack those together, folks are probably an equal amount taking CBD for pain, for arthritis, chronic pains, neuropathic pains. It's that uplifting category that we see few and far between. But I think as education comes along and folks start to realize there is a type of CBD product that can help you focus and uplift your day, we'll see more folks taking CBD for that reason. The other frequently asked question we get at Relief Scout is, what method of consumption, what form factor should I be taking CBD? So we have 5 listed here: tincture, capsule, vape, salve, and edible. To be honest, this was my biggest learning curve when I first started taking CBD, because I had never heard the term tincture before. It's really just a dropper that you put under the tongue. You probably have had this with cold medicine. I know I have. And what you need to know about this is it's great for an easy to measure dosage. So if you microdose, just take a very small amount of CBD, this is great. This way of taking CBD is actually really long lasting, goes right under the tongue. Hold it for 30 to 60 seconds and it starts to set into the bloodstream. You get really good value for your dollar because it's a natural extraction of CBD oil, typically mixed with an MCT or coconut oil. And you get an intense flavor here, though, is sort of buyer beware. If you like a bold cup of coffee, like I do, this probably won't bother you too much, but we do see folks that don't like bold flavors of tasting the actual tincture prefer capsules. I personally prefer capsules for travel. It's really easy to have in your bag. It's actually legal to fly in the United States with CBD. That was big news in September. The only difference that you'll really notice with capsules is that it'll be slower to take effect, and I actually take a smaller amount of CBD when taking capsules because it's in fact broken down and delivered into your bloodstream through your liver. And your liver is actually much better at taking CBD and making it into your bloodstream compared to a tincture, which, as I mentioned before, goes in through your veins, under your tongue. You're actually going to get more CBD processed through the liver compared to other forms that will go through the bloodstream or are inhaled. So it's often relatively strong value for your dollar, so good dollars per milligram as we measure in the Relief Scout store. But again, this is going to be flavorless and often a good alternative for those that don't like tincture but want to have a good bang for their buck when consuming CBD on a regular basis. The other form that we have here is vape. So that's an inhalable. You have to be comfortable with inhaling. Just want to quickly address here, I know there's at this point in time, we're hearing a lot in the news about the vaping crisis. That's actually illicit market sales, black market sales, where what we believe is that it's actually vitamin E that's appearing in these products. Now, vitamin E can be good for you, but when it's inhaled, when it's actually cooked at a certain degree, it starts to become very dangerous and for the lungs and for the body. Just so you know, and it's clear, any vaporized product that we're selling through Relief Scout is actually third-party tested and contains no vitamin E and is safe and proven safe. So where we're hearing about the vape crisis is really outside of the tested market in the illicit sales. So just another reminder there, don't buy CBD products at gas stations, even though you might see them there. But inhalables are great for folks during the day who are comfortable vaporizing, want fast-acting relief, probably for social anxiety, but it's not going to last very long. Typically under 2 hours, the effects subside compared to 4 to 6 hours long-lasting effects of tincture or capsule. You'll get good value for your buck, good, strong value, but again, it requires being comfortable with inhaling products. And for folks who have asthma or sensitive respiratory systems, a tincture or capsule is probably a better way to go. Salve is the other form factor that we see often. This is a topical for your skin, so it's a balm or a lotion. Great if you're looking to apply to a specific area for pain or discomfort to reduce inflammation. But it's going to be more expensive due to processing costs because you're buying a lotion on top of CBD oil. But in addition to that, it takes a lot of salve to have the same effect. So it's got to go through your pores and into your bloodstream, and it's actually going to require a lot more CBD to have the same type of effect as a tincture or capsule would. And there's a more holistic effect to tincture or capsules, the way that they bond to CB1 and CB2 receptors in your body. That would be a different session to get into. I don't want to deep dive into that, but if you're comfortable applying lotion to your skin, this is how you're used to taking it. Maybe use icy hot after a workout, or you have creams that you apply for pain. It's a good starting point, but most folks who are taking CBD on a more regular basis lean towards those tincture or capsules for better bang for their buck. Similarly, edibles or consumables, these candies or gummies, are a great introduction to CBD. We see a lot of first-time buyers purchasing edibles. They happen to be slower to take effect, but they are long-lasting. But over time, you'll notice it's just a more expensive way to take CBD on a regular basis because you're buying the gummy or candy on top of CBD. These are pre-measured and delicious, but buyer beware, they're pretty delicious and it's tough to just have one gummy. So don't want to take too much in terms of dosage. So this is some Relief Scout data that we've collected. And what we see is that about 50% of folks prefer tinctures and then edibles, capsules, topicals, and vape in that order from greatest to least. And I actually expect capsules to surpass edibles pretty shortly. We have some first-time customers that, as I mentioned, that come in and take edibles and often start to gravitate towards tincture or capsules for the better bang for the buck, better efficacy, and just general affordability and flavor. So let's talk about product labels as our next agenda item. One thing to really pay attention to, and this for most folks may seem like second nature, just looking at the bottle for how much you should take in terms of dosage. It's a good starting reference point, but what's important in the CBD industry right now, and I'll tell you why in just a moment, make sure that the bottle actually has CBD listed as an ingredient. You will find that on Amazon or in gas stations, for example, you will find CBD products that are marketed as such as CBD or hemp oil, but they're not actually cannabidiol. They'll be seeds and stalks only of hemp oil, which has nutritious benefits. It's actually great for the skin, but you won't have the effects of CBD that you're looking for. Just an example of where this is happening. If you search for CBD oil on Amazon, you might show a similar page to what I have on the screen here. You might find a result that brings you to a hemp oil product. Amazon's actually doing this on purpose, where they're redirecting people who search for CBD oil to their pages, putting millions of dollars into this, and you're buying hemp oil. Amazon doesn't actually legally sell CBD oil. They're not licensed to do so, but they're marketing and redirecting. So people are buying hemp oil, they're giving it mixed reviews, but when you actually look at the side of the label, no CBD oil listed. So you really want to pay attention to that. Very important in terms of making sure you're getting a legitimate CBD oil product. And speaking of such, when you're taking CBD oil, you want to make sure that you're taking the right dosage of CBD. What we just developed in the Relief Scout store is a CBD dosage calculator, where based on your symptom state and your weight, there's actually a third factor of age, but I won't get into that in too much detail. But actually, the older you are, the less CBD is required for your endocannabinoid system. And your endocannabinoid system is the system in your body that accepts CBD and actually helps to regulate the nervous system, which is how it helps anxiety and inflammation. But the CBD dosage calculator, based on your symptom severity and your weight, will give you a good starting dosage. And the rule is to start low, I should say, and go slowly. To just take a little bit of CBD oil, build it up over time, and then when you actually start to see that the effects aren't as strong, actually dial it back a little bit. There's a thing called a biphasic effect, where the more CBD you have, the greater the biphasic effect, and that's another word for side effects. Side effects from CBD will just be things like maybe an upset stomach, dry mouth. You can't actually overdose from CBD, but you want to be saving your pennies, so taking less is more. And you also want to get the optimal effect for you, and that actually also means less is more in terms of CBD. And when we look at CBD oil, we want to make sure that we're looking at certificates of analysis. So these are these really complicated chemistry documents that are put together to describe to you what is actually in the CBD. And we have all of these tests available on the Relief Scout website, from potency to heavy metals to residual solvents to terpene profiles. Terpene profiles being very important, as I mentioned before, to determine that effect. But these are very complicated, and there's a lot of information to go through. And what we've done at Relief Scout is actually simplified that, so you have a product profile in the store with all the information you need to make the right buying decision for you. And we'll tell you the price per milligram of CBDs to make sure you're getting good dollars for your dosage. We hope it's great dollars for your dosage. But what we actually don't make sure we don't do is, when we compare products to the rest of the market, we're not giving you any poor price per milligram. We're making sure that you're going to get a good bang for your buck. We'll dissect the terpene profile to let you know what type of effect you should be looking for. We give you recommendations in terms of onset, duration, flavor, and aroma, so that you have a sense of the product that you're buying. But what we're really breaking down for you are the important things from those profiles, from those certificates of analysis, but we're distilling it down so that we make sure every product that's in the store is third-party tested. So unless we can know that that exact bottle, that batch that was produced, has a test associated with it, it won't be in our store. And what you're getting is just sort of this distillation of all that you need to know about the product through this product profile. So one last thing I want to get into are the CBD tools and resources that we have available. So if you have questions, want to learn more, we have a great Scouts blog to read up on CBD. The CBD dosage calculator, as I mentioned before, which gives you an introduction on how much CBD to take for your weight and symptom state. But we also have a great CBD guide. You're also going to find in there a survey. That's where we collect this great data that folks have shared with us. And we do a giveaway every month. This is for October. We're doing a giveaway for the survey filled out on the tools and resources page. And congratulations, Lisa Morrison. We'll be sending you a $50 gift card. And as a thank you for everyone who filled out the survey, you'll be getting a discount coupon for your next purchase in the Relief Scout store. So thank you very much, everyone. We couldn't do this without you, and we really appreciate you sharing this valuable information. Now, if you have any questions, feel free to visit our website and reach out and contact us. Again, I'm John Reed. I run the CBD consultations as part of Relief Scout, and I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have. Thanks, everyone.